I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash making a portrait. Gun kick back, now grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's a man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
What's a man or a king? Response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim it? It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash making a portrait. Gun kick back, now grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim it?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And on this incredible Wednesday, we are in the mix. If you didn't know, I'm back with my bag of tricks, and it's about to be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I couldn't wait 5 minutes early. I had to run in the door, kick in the door, wave in the 4-4. All you hear is PlayStation say, "Don't beat me no more." It's best believed that I'm going to put these hands and feet upon you. Because it's hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know what it is. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. We're going to run it up on these bums. These bums are going to get this work. But shout out to Teddy P. Thank you, brother. Congratulations on 10K. 10K, we here to stay. Let's get it today. I like to have it my way. You heard me? Did it the rough, hard, tumble way. I did it the way that they said that we couldn't do it. Talking about Xbox. Because somebody told me Xbox is dead. And I said, I ain't hear no bell. Your mama ain't singing. So you best believe I'm out here with these hands and feet upon that head. Every day is a new day, is a gift. And what I do with these gifts, oh my God, I keep turning it into gold. It's like spinning and weaving webs of gold. Because they told me that it was over. They told me change my name. I got a whole new intro for Fight Night Friday for tomorrow, or for Friday. Y'all gonna see this intro for Fight Night Friday. It is lit. It is what you want to see. And I got it for you. Got whole new bars. Got every, matter of fact, you know what? Matter of fact, 30 Below was good. WTB was good. Teddy B. B. Lou was good. Tay was good. You know what? Since y'all here, nobody else is seeing this. Y'all want to see the new intro for Fight Night Friday? Y'all want to see it? Yo, put a 1 in the chat if you want to see the new intro for Fight Night Friday. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see the new intro for Fight Night Friday. We got these dudes on the ropes, baby. Tay, we got them on the ropes, baby. Starting to see dudes champion weird things now. Oh, Cosmo was good. I got the new intro, baby. For Fight Night Fridays. We're going to roll into it. So let me show you what the intro is. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. Presents the featured event of the evening. As tonight, presented Boxing After Dark.
hit a thing when the lights off. Can't talk heavy with a light jaw. Fight talk. Can't hit a thing when your lights off. Can't talk heavy with a light jaw. Might win, might lose, or might draw. Welcome to the combat talk. Haters in love, but it come back salt. If you really want it in the ring, I gon' send the contract off, knock his contacts out. You a field mice trying to take a viper. Ain't no competition in the ring of cipher. Cause I'm spitting venom and I'm swinging fire. Talking pickle peppers, make them pay the piper. Cause I might go left like a rude discussion and deflate your chest like a boob reduction. You be talking like you want a new concussion. Send a dude a custom attitude adjustment. These are fighting words, better give me that respect that I deserve. For another knuckle sandwich I would serve. Have him tipping, moving like a tire swerve. Out here acting bad, thinking Michael Jackson. Even got his one and only homie capping. You a phony homie, now you owe me action. Have him singing Tony Braxton. And they all wanna talk for attention, but the fame only lasts for an instant. Mama got hands, so I'm bred for the tension. I'ma leave him red, you can dance to redemption.
Bone Slave was good. My bad. What's going on? Waking Godzilla is fine. He's not a member. You know, he's probably not even a sub. He's just here because the PlayStation ain't got no motion, baby. I understand it ain't got no motion, but I'm here to put a little bit of motion, a little sway in your way, a little dip in your do, a little dip on your chip to make it do what it do. I'm here for you, baby. Them other dudes ain't got no swag. They ain't like this. I'm a different beast, a different breed, if you will. So I ain't got no problems with you. But if you really want me to react, put it in color. They told you. Say it with your chest if you want to say it like that. But you are speaking facts. Xbox did raise this, and that. But they also gave back, Jack. Like, ain't you happy with what you getting over there? Aren't you ecstatic with Forza Horizon 6 coming late to your Aren't you ecstatic with Avowed? Didn't you say it with your chest? Aren't you loud and proud? Aren't you happy with South of Midnight after we done did it right and you just stepped up to the plate just to get a bite? Aren't you loud and proud? Aren't you happy now? Now that you got Xbox games? I'm styling on you, B. I'm doing things to you that you have never seen. I'm making you mad. I'm making you upset. And I'm not even being mean. I'm just looking at you in your face and I want you to understand the schemes. The levels that I give to you is a little bit different. These other dudes ain't like me. I'm a beast. I fight, B. I'll break you down. I put a swoosh in your ass like Nike. But come on, man. Everybody need to get along, right? And put a smile on your face. Do a little bit of difference. You know, dudes don't know who I am. I'm a different type of man. We're here to talk about Xbox. And Xbox is that place, that box that you love. Don't act like you don't. You just couldn't afford it, so you just got something else that everybody else had, and you liked it, and it's cool. I ain't got no problem with you. I understand you, actually. Financially, it just, you couldn't afford two. Not everybody is born to have a significant other and a mistress. You understand? B Leaf was good, baby. Not everybody is born to have that level of cachet to move like that. I understand you. See, some people have it all. Some people have it all. I have it all. So I understand you. I understand you looking over there and saying, why are they so happy with Xbox? Xbox is supposed to be dead. I've been listening to all my friends. They've been telling me that because I know in your heart you don't want to believe that you brought the wrong machine. I know it. I know in your heart you want to say to yourself that this is what I did, and I did it because it was a safe bet, but you're getting kicked in your chest, and I ain't done yet. You understand? When you can have Rage Bound be $30, and you can have Sons of Sparta be $30, and one is a first-party title, and the other is a third-party game, and one is showing you more value, I know you expected more. That's why I'm here. I'm here to brighten and enlighten, baby. See, you can't block the sun with your thumb. You just can't. You can't. 10K make me a different man, man. 10K make me a different man, man. I'm a dangerous beast. Dangerous. 10K make me a different man. Woo. They are down bad, man. They are down bad. See, you know what they're going to do? They're going to dissect these bars. They're going to look at these bars and they're going to say, damn, man, I didn't even know he got it like that. Damn, man, I didn't even know he got it like that. Let me show you something. I'm going to show you something that maybe you don't know. You're going to say to yourself, oh, snap, I didn't know King was king. Yeah, I'm king, boy. Hold on. Who that? Who that? You into battle rap? Who that? Who that? You into battle rap? Who that? Who that? That's easy to block, Captain, boy. If you ain't up on your battle rap, understand that. Me and Cog is working on some stuff. I told you before, I'm him. I've always been him. I ain't never been less than him. I'm him. But they told you that Xbox was dead. I'm here to tell you that the death has been greatly exaggerated. See, you're going to start thinking about this like he's Tupac, like he done escaped to Cuba. Dropping consoles that say, like, you got to look at the versatility in the way this man moves. Like, Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer First is the name, moves in a different frame than other CEOs. And I got to give you a reason why. And I'm going to show you, because we're going to talk about the raising prices in PlayStation. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Somebody had told me, they wrote a comment and it was like, why am I happy that they raised the price in Japan and aren't I worried that they're going to raise the price in America? And then the other comment said, I'm an America first type of person. When is it bad to show nationalism? When is it just bad to show pride for your country? When is it bad? Like, I expect everybody to show pride for their country. You got people that come from England waving their flags. You got people that hold on, let me tell my wife to bring me some water. Ask her to bring me some water. I don't tell her anything. I ask her. My love, could you please bring me some water?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. Okay. Everybody's supposed to rep, right? You got people that come from other countries that rep their flag, man. Dominican flag is waved, Puerto Rican flag is waved, British flag is waved, everything. Irish flag is waved, Japanese flag is waved, Korean flag is waved. But anytime you are proud of America, you're proud of where you're from, it's a bad thing. I'm not going to ever tell you that I'm upset and I don't value where I'm from. This is what I know, this is where I'm from, this is what I rep, and that's about that. So again, at the end of the day, you may say to yourself that I'm not supposed to show any nationalism, but hell yeah, I'm going to show nationalism. Thank you, my love. Especially when I go to other places and I see prices on consoles and stuff like that for a lower price. So I don't ever feel a way when I speak my truth. This is mine. If you're not happy where you at, change it. Go do something. Go someplace else. I'm happy where I'm at. All right, so I want you to understand that you are never going to make me feel bad for telling you I'm a proud American. Oh, well, so what? Oh, well, my family served this country. Oh, well, my father is retired right now, active Air Force. So no. We're not going to do that. Majority of my family done served in the military. We're not going to do that. Oh, you know the reason why me and Puerto Rock became cool? I found out that he was in the military. I said, oh, cease and desist. I'm not even going to go at you no more. It's not going to do that because I understand what it means. I understand what it means to make that commitment to say, damn, man, for life and country, for liberty and justice for all. I believe in that. You see Captain America back there. Don't play with me. Don't ever play with me. Don't ever play with me. So when they say that stuff, I was just like, wow, I can understand how you could be brainwashed. Nick, don't think that I don't love what other countries have to offer. I don't respect them. I respect each and every last one of you. I honestly do. But y'all not going to make me feel bad for loving my country. You're going to have to get away with that. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So when I saw the comment and I saw the other guy defending me, I just had to put my little 2 cents in it. I was like, wow, because I told you I read every comment. I respond to every comment. Maybe it's like with a thumbs up and a heart or something like that, but I read each and every last one of them. My wife be thinking I'm texting somebody. No, actually, I'm responding to comments. You know why? I find it cathartic to see exactly what you guys are thinking about the context of the material. Do you like the material? Do you think the material is good? Do you think I need to change something up? See, I was getting disconnected from when I was putting out videos because I was in the chat, every chat. Excuse me. And then I noticed that I said, okay, I need to switch it up. I want to be a little bit more engaging. I want to talk to you guys. The console war is not over. Awaken Godzilla, console war is not over. Let me tell you something, Awaken Godzilla, console war is not over. You want to rep your baseball team, you want to rep your football team, you want to rep your sports team, you want to rep your NASCAR league, whatever the hell you want to do, you want to rep it, you want to stand up on it. There are teams inside that league that are not number one. There's only one champion at a time. The console war is not over. I told you I will keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. I'm not going to stop till I say I stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Diddy, for real. Full Diddy, no breaks. Throw baby all on your back, man. It's happening just like that. It's not over. Oh, you should give. I'm not giving up. What the hell are you talking about? Giving up what? My console stopped working? You stop supporting? You stop buying games for us? Come on now. Stop playing with us. Don't play with me. I'm putting that work in. Don't play with me. Yeah. Especially when I can put up 10 different topics of Xbox. And I got to scramble looking for topics for PlayStation. You are here trying to fight for PlayStation. You have made more comments in this chat looking for PlayStation. You're getting stomped in your chest on an Xbox show. The fact that you can't even put your face, the fact that you probably just made the account means that you was a sucker from the past that just came back up because I done probably booted you out. You probably said something slick out the side of your head, Awakened Godzilla. We are the only Godzilla here. You are a monkey. You are Kong. You need help. And I'm going to show you how PlayStation needs help. Let's get off this week, dude. Pause. I mean, working you too hard. But you know what? I'm going to throw you a bone. Xbox Live was down for many yesterday, and here's what we know. Microsoft Gaming Service had some issues yesterday. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly why they was down, and you can just, take it for what you want to take it for. If you had trouble signing into your Xbox account earlier today, you weren't alone. Xbox Live and its sign-in services experienced disruption earlier. Man, if you would listen to some idiots inside the chat, you would think that Xbox was dead. Apparently, they weren't. They just had a disruption in their service, and some people took it as death. Signs of death. Yeah. I know it comes a little bit harder for most, but we got short buses for everybody, baby. Pack them in. Give him a helmet as he gets in. Put him in the seat furthest away from the glass because he likes to lick it. Pause. Interesting enough, Xbox status page showed an issue with games and gaming specifics. You have problems syncing game saves to the cloud. The oddity here, though, is that the issue says it was first reported on 11/17 at 6 p.m., and that's taken longer than anticipated as of, listen, and that was in 2025. And that's in 2/17/2026 at 10:42 a.m. Interesting indeed. Many comments on the down detector were about signing issues as well as accessing streaming services on Xbox. Either route, it only took roughly half an hour for the reports to drop back to normal levels for the issues to mostly resolve. Now, they released a new service into the Xbox ecosystem that had a minor spike in disruptions. And it was just a minor spike in certain areas. A lot of times you got to really start to feel for idiots looking for any type of negative news for Xbox, because the problem is when they look over at that chick that everybody told them that was nice, and I'm talking about their PlayStation, they really looked over and they listened. They was telling them, even the guys in the store was telling you, yo man, get a PlayStation, man. Man, it's the best, man. I'm telling you, it has all the games, even have Xbox games, man. Get a PlayStation, man. So you go in there, you with the happy chest, you go get yourself a PlayStation, you sit down, and then you realized after a while, she wasn't what it was cracked up to be. Because then you started hearing, from what I heard, like Xbox was supposed to be dead within a couple of, like a year. So it's over. I've been listening to all these people. All the games is coming over. So then you start looking for certain games that you saw on Xbox that you wanted, that you realized was never coming over. And then you just said to yourself, damn, I think I messed up. And I understand that you feel that you messed up and you don't have enough money to go get an Xbox because, again, you're in that middle ground. Remember, you got to pay to play here, baby. You wasn't equipped. There was a lot of hand-holding in your life, and you just realized that you picked wrong. See, to a lot of strong individuals, all we do is just go, oh, snap, for real? Let me get both. You walk in the store and say, let me get both. Let me get both. Did that ever occur to you? Let me get both? See, a lot of dudes tell me stuff like, yo, why don't you just get a PC? What the hell you think I'm talking to you on, you dummy? Stupid. Kind of stupid. Got one upstairs, got one downstairs. Well, Steam Deck kills the ROG. I got both. No, it don't. I stopped playing my Steam Deck. The problem is with you screaming in the chat about how PlayStation is doing anything, I happen to own it. Then I look over at you and I say she's not as hot as you thought she was. But you're trying to defend something that is actually weak. She's weak. And everybody here knows it. And everybody here is looking at you. And everybody here is saying, damn, bro, you're just showing how broke you are. And it's okay. I just say get your chips up. And I can tell you how to do it. But if you can stop screaming about an actual dead console, because your console's dead. Like, that console's dead. It's a dead end. See, there's a difference between dead and dead end. The PlayStation is a dead end. It's a closed wall garden ecosystem that is trapped off within itself. Imagine walking in a room with a couple of people just talking to themselves. It's not known for multiplayer games. It's not known for anything. It's just known for single player, sad dad simulators. Third person, over the shoulder, the thing that Corey Barlog made is super dope, right? Remember that every game became that format? Remember? That's why you're so tied to platinuming something, because you are locked in on your single player experience. Like your Doritos, your Mountain Dew is sitting there in that little stink funk, right? That thing, stink funk. So Xbox dudes, Xbox Live, we're always playing multiplayer games. You see us, you envy us, we meeting up, we hanging out, and we look at you and it's crazy. You would interpret it as hate and I will interpret it as you're broke. I can't hate on something that I have. I can talk about stuff that I own. But let me talk about, you know what? Let me eloquate your point. I appreciate you being here today. I'm gonna craft the show around you, Awaken Godzilla. Today's show is dedicated to your bank account. And I'm going to wrap this around you. Now, Xbox RPG Avowed snubs the PlayStation 5 Pro support. Now, if you look at it, this is brought to you by Push Square. See, because a lot of times people will be like, yo, King, you be making up information. And no, I don't. I bring it to you courtesy of your favorite websites. See, I let them do you how you want to be done. I go to your favorite websites, your propaganda sites, your sites that push your goofy narrative, and I bring it back to you because it's a double blade sword. I told you, whenever you dig a grave, dig for two, because I'm going to kick you in the back and it's just going to be you going in. So, it's an otherwise solid PlayStation 5 port. And I want to know, did you purchase? Did you go get it? Because, see, on this side of the tracks, we're treated with grace, respect, and love, and that was dropped in Game Pass day and date, while you had to wait a while, and then you actually got it, but you didn't get it the way that you thought you was going to get it with your supposedly most powerful console that actually just made it to where the Series X was already from the launch. Remember, I told you the PlayStation 5 was an underbaked console. It was a juggle machine, if you will. Sometimes you got to leverage power, you got to leverage speed, you got to think about memory, So when the PlayStation 5 Pro came out, kind of alleviated that, but was still held back by the CPU. That thing that the Series X still has over you. Oh, what's up? Great Mongoose, member for 25 months, Soldier S rank. Hey, King, the story about Xbox death has been greatly exaggerated. Oh, yes, indeedy. But it's showtime, people. It's showtime to show these people how I do them. I do them like White Castle do you. And if you ever been to New York and understand what White Castle do, I run right through you, baby. Now, Avowed is out right now on the PlayStation 5, and the good news is that Xbox published RPG runs pretty well on Sony's console. So the port's been through the ringer with over at Digital Foundry, and they found out the hard fault with it, though. A rather unremarkable release in terms of technical powers. Now, they're trying to chalk it up to the Unreal Engine 5, and they're trying to say something like Obsidian doesn't really do great ports that leverage the PlayStation 5, and all this rigmarole that is basically leaving you down to nothing, right? But for starters, the quality targets 1440p resolution at the cost of capping it at 30 frames per second. And then to get 60 frames per second, you get it at 1080p, and that's upscaled. Again, it's not the ideal option, and this is on a Pro now, mind you. And then there's a balance that offers 40 frames per second with better visuals, assuming you have the display that supports 120 hertz. Now, knowing that you don't have the display and knowing that now TCL owns Sony televisions, you by default are a TCL lover, and you probably had a TCL before, and I don't believe you had 120 hertz to begin with. So I think this pretty much kind of misses you. So pretty much, you got to pay for what we got for free in our service. The service that you're claiming is outpriced and cost too much. Game Pass. Remember? Game Pass? Game Pass is what gets us going, gets us moving. Game Pass is the lifeblood of Xbox, and you guys are losing that battle. Boonty, member for 23 months, Soldier S rank. Why go on? Enough respect. Keep up the good work. Bo. That's right, Boonty. On God and them. You see, when the members show up, it gets rough for you. Now, I ain't gonna hate on you, but I'm just gonna show you today's the day that I gotta spank you, and I gotta spank you in front of the crowd. You know how when your moms used to come to your class because you was acting up and she spanked you in front of your class? Well, you didn't get spanked in front of your class because I think you was homeschooled, but not saying anything wrong with being homeschooled. It's just that you have a little social awkwardness, right? You're not as socially adept as the rest of us. So I can understand you don't fit well in crowds. And when we're doing this, it kind of hurts your little feelings. And I'm going to tell you, the world is a dangerous place. It's filled with a lot of green beasts that represent Xbox. We a different animal. You might say I'm a megalomaniac, right? Oh, King, I can't stand you. I can't stand you. Now that I gave you the bad, let me give you some good. Let me wiggle my way over to this side of the room and let me give you some good. Because a lot of my Xbox guys came here for Xbox news that is Xbox good, that is oozing Xbox fantasticness. Let me give you something, another thing that the PlayStation doesn't have going on over there, but let me make it work and let that body hurt. Bow. Available for Xbox Insiders on PC. Post-game recaps. Have you ever did something that was really dope and you just wish, damn, I wish I would have hit that button? Damn, I wish I would have hit that record button just to show that, man. Man, did you ever get that reward and it just popped up the diamond and you like, man, not too many people, man, damn, I wish I would have did that. Well, Xbox has heard those conversations that you've had. Now, a lot of times when we talk with execs, we talk about stuff like that. Like, yo, what's your biggest frustration? I told them it was one time that I had did something that was quite unbelievable and I got that achievement for it, but I didn't hit the record button. And I guess they took note. And I would say it a lot of times, like when I'm talking to these people. And I don't know who took notice of it or who said that recaps need to be a thing, but starting today, Xbox Insiders is in PC Gaming Preview. And you can try post-game recaps in the Xbox PC app in the Windows Store. Now, I know you're going to say, King, that's Xbox PC. Aren't they doing this? Aren't they linking up? Isn't everything that Xbox is also a PC? Isn't that handheld? That ROG? That Xbox ROG? Isn't that Windows 11? Xbox full screen experience? Isn't Play Anywhere? Isn't everything that they're talking about doing? Isn't the next console, the Magnus, the one that's been confirmed, the one I've been telling you about, the one that you told me it was dead, the one I told you? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Didn't I tell you that everything will be one? See, goes back to Transformers. Y'all never understood the roadmap, bro. Till all is one. You never understood the roadmap. You never got it. Isolation and separation only get you but so far, but together in unity, you grow. You never understood the assignment. See, PlayStation for a long time has been trying to underplay, undercut, and downplay anything Xbox has done. And also as you, and I'm going to show you today, as you, as an owner and user of PlayStation, how they're going to drain the lifeblood out of you like living vampires. Web Dave, member for 20 months, Soldier S ranks. I salute you, Soldier. King, buy next gen Xbox, no need for a PlayStation. Talk that shit on God and them. I got you. Oh, Karen, raisin potato salad, the $5 super chat. But you can rent PlayStation 5. The same people complain about Game Pass. You know what's crazy? Game Pass has more value than renting a PlayStation 5 Pro in the UK. Renting a PlayStation 5 Pro in the UK is £19.40. Over here, we $29.95. If you ain't got it, you don't live, you die. You heard me though? All those games that you want, baby, we got that in spades. But you gotta pay like you weigh, baby. You gotta buck up. Your wallet's gotta be good. You gotta weigh, do I want Netflix or do I want this shit? You gotta weigh it, baby. Do you want some extra cheese on that or not? That's what you don't like. We walk in your house, you understand? Listen, man, we understand, man. You ain't a card carrying member of the bougie club. It's cool, baby. There's levels. Shout out to Dark. There's levels to it. Oh, I want to give a shout out to my man Gaz. Gaz, welcome. Welcome to the Insider Gaming app. Welcome, my brother. We're going to do a collabo. If you haven't got the Insider Gaming app, we're Iron Lords Podcast. What we do over there, we do Lords After Dark. Lords After Dark is not Iron Lords Podcast. Iron Lords Podcast, we do not curse. Iron Lords Podcast is a fun entertainment show, which is really cool. But Lords After Dark is a different beast within itself. If anytime you think that, oh, King, you're shilling for this or you're doing that or you feel that... I suggest you go watch the app. I suggest you just watch the app. I suggest you just go in there. And it's premium. It's premium. It's premium. Okay? It's premium. You got to pay like you weigh. It's premium. It's premium. But when you get in there, you're going to understand exactly what it is. And then you're going to say to yourself, damn, I see this guy a little bit differently than I see him before. You don't ever notice that when you see me in different spots, you're going to get a different take of who I am. And understanding who I am and I make up as a whole. So you're just going to see it. So if you got one take of how it is on ILP, boot that out the chat. Thank you. Let's remove him. Hold on. Hold on. Let me pull him up and get him up out. Hold on, my bad. That was my bad for not recognizing that. Moderators, block him, boot him, get him out of there. Hold on. I apologize. All right. All right, thank you for timing him out. Thank you. Thank you, Yobi. Young Dreads, good looking. Appreciate it. What's going on right now is the ability to recap your stuff when you're playing your game. After you finish the play session, you'll see a quick recap that highlights moments from the session, like captures that you took, achievements that you unlock, and relevant in-game events, plus an option to share the feedback so we can keep improving the experience. So this is what happens when you're part of the insider. When you're on the inside, when you're on the other side of the fence gives you the opportunity to give a direct feedback to people that are waiting for your information based upon your game sessions and how you play. Now, when you do things that are fantastic and stuff like that, and those highlights do pop up and you can give those feedbacks and let them know, listen, it cut off a little bit short here. This was really good here. I'm in an Insider app. I do a lot of games that we do over there. Also, when I'm streaming, I get feedback a lot of times. So like, let's say if I'm playing Arc Raiders, and I know people say, well, Arc Raiders is not a game that you should be streaming, Kim, because you need that quick twitch energy. That's absolutely not true. Actually, I sit upstairs and I play Arc Raiders and I'm, streaming here and I'm doing that. And I've been testing it more and more lately. Now, I know I've been the main proponent against streaming games and stuff like that. But again, I find it having the option to do so, and it's no pressure, there's no force, there's nothing telling you, yo, this is what you need to do, this is what you have to do. I think that's a whole lot better, right? And it works in that manner. But again, the post-game recaps are designed to show up only when they're useful. Not every game. You most likely see a recap when you take a capture through game bar or unlock an achievement, or for the first time playing a game, and occasionally after that. You may also see a short check-in and recommendation for games that you might enjoy. right? So you like Grounded 2 and stuff like that. You're in control of what you see. You can turn off individual recaps types on and off in the settings app, or tailor the experience to your preferences. To support post-game recaps, the Xbox app may run a system tray while you play, so it can show you a recap after you exit the game. We're optimized this to minimize memory and performance and impact. So you don't have to worry about it running in the background and you're going to see a degradation on resolution. You're going to see a stuttering in frame rate. Any of that stuff is going to happen. They're working on making sure that it is as optimal as possible and has minimum to no impact on your gameplay session or anything like that, right? And, you know, they tell you about how to get the input side of app and how to share your feedback. Those people that are into that are into our ecosystem, understand exactly what Xbox is, what the Insider app is. Now, what I don't want y'all to do is I don't want y'all to get rid of that Godzilla guy. All right? So understand that. Don't get rid of Godzilla dude. Godzilla dude is cool. All right? All right, so don't get rid of Godzilla guy, all right? I didn't want y'all to do that, but what I was saying was make sure that you got rid of that spam that was there for no reason. Now, let me talk about this because, again, they want to tell you how Xbox is completely finished. And I want to give a shout out to a game. The first time I played High on Life, I didn't know what to expect from it. As a Rick and Morty fan, the language, the conversation, it gave me that feel of a Rick and Morty episode. And I happened to love it. I thought it was fantastic. And then when I found out they was making High on Life 2, I was like, yo, I'm down for it, right? Well, I found out that the lead platform was the PlayStation. I mean, like, of course, right? It's the market leader. It sells how many consoles? Yo, please don't block Awaken Godzilla. Leave Awaken Godzilla in there. Don't block Awaken Godzilla. Leave him in there. I mean, if he's being disrespectful, you know, you can put him on timeout for a couple of, but don't let your emotions overtake him getting this message. What I don't want to do is I don't want to have a pure chat of just Xbox zealots. I don't like that. What I want is a amalgamation of everyone. As long as y'all being respectful of one another. Listen, you can have a difference of opinion. The measure of a man is the way he argues. The measure of a man is the way that he can communicate. So if he's communicating effectively and he's not being disrespectful, please, come on, don't do that. Because again, at any time, he's able to have his own opinion, right? We live in the land of the free and the home of the brave, right? He's brave enough to be in here with us. Let him be as free as possible as long as he's not being disrespectful. That's all. So again, I welcome each and every last one of you here. But at the end of the day, there's people in there that give you that cocotazo if you get loose with your lips. You understand me? Now, the PlayStation 5 was the main platform for the High on Life 2. And I'm like, how's that going to work with Xbox having the marketing rights for it? Because the game was day and date drop inside Game Pass. Well, how it works is, well, let me show you, right? Because me talking to you is really not doing nothing. This is brought to you by iXbit Games. Squatch Games has caused a stir among fans. Although the first part of the series was an Xbox Game Pass hit, the studios announced the PlayStation 5 as the main platform for the second part. And marketing promises clash with reality. The initial test showed that High on Life 2 on the Unreal Engine 5 performed noticeably worse on the PlayStation 5. Now, that's the lead platform, people. And on the Series X, it outperformed the hell out of them. You heard me? Sony's console suffers from unstable frames per second, rendering issues, and is less common on the Xbox. Even more disappointing is the lack of the support of the unique DualSense features. Now, what I've been noticing is that a lot of companies have foregone working around making that anything unique when it comes to the controller. And let me give you the reason why they do that. That has nothing to do with Xbox. It has nothing to do with what you think they're doing. Oh, they don't want to do that. No, what it is that they're programming the game to launch on multiple ecosystems, on Steam, on Windows, on Xbox, on PlayStation. And when you're the outlier, when you want to be unique, when you want to have a function that is not supported by everybody else, well, then sometimes the developer says to themselves, well, I'm going to worry about the whole and then worry about the uniqueness at the end if we got time. And that's how certain cutting room floor stuff just happens. It just stays there. Now, a lot of times Xbox actually goes that extra length when they're bringing games over to the PlayStation ecosystem, where they do incorporate a lot of that dual sense know-how, where they actually do work with the PlayStation 5 Pro to give you a little bit more of what you were looking for. But a lot of companies aren't in that position, and they do have limited staff. So I'm pretty sure the Squatch Games also has a limited staff, and they work with you in a greater capacity that they can. But you got to also think about this. The marketing dollars came first, and it came first from Xbox. But even though you're the lead platform, doesn't mean that you're the main platform. The main platform is Xbox. Why? Because Xbox Game Pass means more than you think. I'm going to give a shout out to Ariel Knight for getting his game drop shot inside Game Pass. I support the brother. He's one of the developers for Black History Month that I am wholeheartedly about. When I drop a video later, I'm going to give you his game. I'm going to just talk about him glowingly, and then we're just going to package that off. If you haven't noticed that my other channel, Frontline Gaming Streams, that's where I drop a lot of those videos at. So if you notice that the format has changed, where it's live here, then I drop videos on the weekend on this channel. But during the week, I drop videos over there on Frontline Gaming Stream, so you can go check that out if you want to look at that. But for Microsoft, the situation is obviously the most native platform for the franchise, but Xbox players got a more stable product on paper. PlayStation 5 was the priority, but this does not reflect the game's code. And that's what I'm telling you, all right? So a lot of times that these guys is running around here touting that the PlayStation 5 is the main platform and it was the lead platform. A lot of that stuff is much to do with about nothing. At the end of the day, are you happy with your purchase? Now, I'm pretty sure that you don't have any of us over here in the chat, especially any of my members. Members is the lifeblood of this channel, and I'm pretty sure that not one of these members go over to a PlayStation channel and berate them. I can pretty much guarantee that. But I can tell you that PlayStation guys come over to Xbox channels based upon their insecurities about the system that they picked up. Because when you purchased it, you was happy when you walked out the door. When you set it up, when you got home, you was happy. But then that little voice in the back of your head was talking to you. And that little voice in the back of your head kept saying, Game Pass. Game Pass. Game Pass. Game Pass. And then you was just like, but my console's the best console and it sold the most. It sold the most, so it gotta be the best console. And they say the Pro is the most powerful. Game Pass. Game Pass. But I got PlayStation Plus. Is as good? Game Pass. And it kept getting louder and kept getting louder. So you went to your favorite PlayStation channel and they was telling you that Xbox is dead. You was like, I feel good. I feel good. But you were sleeping at night and it kept saying, Game Pass. Game Pass. Every time you eat your food, you look over and you hear, Game Pass. Then you wound up over here on this channel and you realize, when I tell you to try to play the Game Pass, because I'm telling you, I'm doing it, they doing it, we all doing it together, but you realize you left out, you realize that you made a bad choice. So you have to justify your choices by coming over to an Xbox channel and trying to stand on some type of weird square that we don't care about, because what you won't have and what you don't have is Game Pass. See, all the games that you capping for, yeah, we got all your games. Game Pass. Yeah, man. Yo, we got Forza Game Pass. Yo, they raised the price in Game Pass. You notice that nothing that you tell an Xbox dude, I like to support the devs. I like to buy my Game Pass. We look right at you. We don't listen to nothing that you're saying. Because we understand exactly, and this is the God's honest truth, is the best service in gaming, and it doesn't sit well with your soul. Your soul burn. You like to rent games. Game Pass. Yo, let me ask you a question. When you went to the movie theater and you sat down and you watched the movie, did you get up with the reel? Did you take the movie with you when you walked out? Or did you take your goddamn memories, you dummy? When you went to that football stadium, you sat there and you paid $50 to $100 for a seat, or you paid $2,000, you was floor seats, and you watched it. And you sat there and you watched that game. Did you get up and you take one of those players with you? Game Pass. You've been renting your whole goddamn life, but you didn't know. You didn't know. You ain't gonna never make me feel bad about something that I do that you pay more for. But I own my shit, King. I own it. You the same dude with the brick console. Did that work out for you? Did you work out for you? You said something slick online and they banned your ass and you couldn't get your account back and all your games is gone. You that same dude that forgot his password and couldn't get back in and all your games is gone. Did you own it? Did it matter now? How does it feel when you locked out of your own house because your dementia fucked you up and you couldn't remember the passcode? And you locked out. But you own everything, right? Yo, listen, I am so happy you buy your own games. But PlayStation also told me that you only buy 1 or 2 games a year. Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer said, there are people like you. There are people that will only buy 1 or 2 games a year. And Game Pass doesn't work well for them. But Game Pass is for the person that is excess, that wants more, that wants to be on the cutting edge, that wants to have it day and date when it drops. Game Pass is for that elite gamer. You are not the elite. You are not the ultimate. You're not even half of this. When your PlayStation Plus tells you to pay $20 and we'll let you know when you just got Spider-Man 2. You just got Spider-Man 2. God damn it, man. You just got Spider-Man 2. How disgusting is that? How does that feel? Like you just got the game that everybody said was the worst Spider-Man out of the ones that dropped. And you just was like, yeah. Yo, you're so worthless that you ain't even go Ghosts of Sparta. I mean, Sons of Sparta. You're so worthless. Now, it's a sickness. Yes, it is. I happen to love that. It's a sickness. Now, let me tell you something, man. I'm Mr. 98% right all the time. I tell you all the time, if I say it out of my mouth, I drop a dime. You better get this knowledge or you're going to fall behind. I tell you all the time. But a lot of you guys got to learn. Remember when I told you that High Guard was trash? And I told you, it felt like a money grab. It felt like something was weird with this thing. Because it felt like a 360 game. Attic and I got a chance to play, and we played it, and we did a whole bunch of stuff with it. It's live on Iron Lord's channel. And I immediately uninstalled it. Let me tell you something. Let me give you a little context. I felt that Concord could have been fixed. I felt that if you gave some compelling characters, sped up the gameplay, have actually cared about it, because they did have a lot of vignettes. They had a lot of stuff. They had a package around Concord that I felt was a good package. They had a solid game. They just needed to tweak some things, right? And I think that they talked to the wrong fan base. The thing is, had Concord launched globally on everything like they're doing with Marathon, had they listened like they're doing with Marathon, I think had Hiroki been there from the inception, the game would have had some life. I felt no redeeming qualities when I played High Guard. All right, so that's the difference between the two. All right, I felt absolutely no redeeming qualities. I felt that the game itself was a 360 game that leaned heavily into monotonous gameplay, if you would, open worlds that didn't fit the size of the group. I thought that the graphics was actually rudimentary. I just felt that the game was disingenuous in its trailer. I didn't like the game at all. Riding on a horse felt cumbersome. The hit detection was off. The super moves was completely unspectacular. I thought the game itself was an absolute wash, and I said, this is a money grab. I don't know for who it is, right? But I'm going to tell you, High Guard website goes offline following the mass layoffs at the game studio. Now, do I champion this? Hell no, I definitely don't. I don't champion anybody losing their job at all. But the writing was on the wall way before that game came out, so I got to report exactly what I'm giving you. And these guys here knew exactly what they were bringing to the street. How many times have you served up some weak sauce on something and you felt that you didn't give it your all? Or maybe you were trying and the other people weren't listening and they were saying, just be quiet and go with the flow. So I think maybe just be quiet and go with the flow happened here. All right, so last week we found out that the core group of developers are left working at High Guard following mass layoffs at Wildlight Entertainment. And now it's been discovered that the game's official website has gone offline, sparking further fears of the game's future. Indeed, if you head over to High Guard website at the time of this writing, you're simply greeted with a site saying unavailable message with links to the game's social channels only actively redirects you to the homepage right now. Here's what they're posting. Site unavailable. Over at the game's Discord, one of the developers had commented that on this, explained that the site is being transferred and simplified following recent changes to the studio, but is currently on a low priority as remaining staff focus on delivering content and updates for High Guard. The Discord response has been posted on X, which we'll share below, and that's what you got there. Me personally, I felt that there were glaring problems and issues with the game. Regardless to whatever anybody tells you when they tell you that the game was in great shape, that they felt that the game was incredible, I'm telling you right now, I didn't like it at all. And I'm a pretty forgiving gamer. If you looked at it, if you've seen any of my reviews are piss poor. I'm not like addict with the reviews. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm kind of a piss poor type of review guy when it comes to video games based upon I'm going to be as beneficial as possible. Right? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt on a lot of things. Like when I got a chance to play Replaced and I had a chance to sit down and talk with the developers. Actually, I got to play that demo today because I was talking to David Jaffe and he said it was out. So I'm going to go check that out today. You know, I got to play my ROG. I haven't played my ROG in a second, but I got to play it. I haven't played it, in like a week or so. It's kind of crazy. But now, I'm going to tell you something, and this is what y'all here for. You're here for the PlayStation rising prices, right? So let's get right to it. Polygon brings you as Sony considers more PlayStation 5 hikes. We've officially entered a terrible new era. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. This has been the worst era when it comes to video games at all. This is the digital era where they're exploiting us to the maximum. They're taking us and they're trying to monetize every last drop of what we get. And they're trying to make sure that you sit there and take every dollar. They're telling you that a console that released over 5 years ago is worth more today than it was worth when it launched. And that's absolute bullshit. I don't think at any time that thing is worth that like that. I think prices on consoles are supposed to go down. But being that we're inside this weird loop with this AI crap, we're locked in lockstep with the AI march. And the AI march is going forward and it is dragging us with them. And it's raising the prices on the stuff that we love. Now, these dudes out there was immune to what was going on when Xbox already raised prices all over the boards. Well, again, I'm going to tell you, no one is immune from the harm. Ramageddon is actually killing people, and not really killing people, but killing your wallets. But when we talk about it, a lot of people thought that the PlayStation 5 was going to be immune to this type of rampage. Well, people talk about the chipset crisis threatening the gaming industry, and is usually framed around the purchase of new products. And sure, building an affordable gaming PC or securing new hardware like a Steam Deck is going to be more difficult going forward. But if you think that you're safe just because you already own all gaming machines you want, I have tough news for you. The AI tech apocalypse is going to affect everyone. And let me tell you something. That's where the fear and loathing comes in. Because let's say right now, like 90% of you guys in the chat, let's say like 90% of you guys say y'all already have your consoles. Like myself, I already got my Switch. I already got my Xbox. I already got my PlayStation, and I'm not looking to go any further. I already got my Steam Deck. I'm not looking to buy anymore, so I'm pretty much safe. They're going to find new ways to extrapolate cash from us, and they have been doing it. When you saw the Xbox raise their Game Pass price, and you was like, damn, man, they really going for the gusto right here, man, and they're not playing, man. Nobody's immune to this. Well, guess what? They did raise PlayStation Plus prices as well. They did do some restructuring over there, and Nintendo got a little tricky with the stuff that they was doing, but we're going to get right back into this. Isn't over. CFO Tao Lin detailed that the Japanese company's latest business strategy to the shareholders: games and networks and services are Sony's most lucrative ventures. Understand what she just said. Games and content services is where they make the most money. So you would think that, okay, it makes the most money there. Let's leave that there. I already told you, selling consoles don't make money like that, B. I already told you that. But y'all dudes don't listen to me. You got to feel. All right, so according to the company's latest financial results, the PlayStation 5 sales are slowing down and the PlayStation 6 keeps getting pushed back. According to the recent reports, Sony's gaming division is profitable, but how will the company ensure that it keeps making money if it can't rely on new hardware sales? Remember when I told you? You're not that special water bug, and they don't look at you as something that is supposed to be a holy grail of, oh, I buy my games. Well, dumbass. This is this. The answer, unfortunately, is getting more out of existing users. Lin's presentation noted, while sales of the new PlayStation 5 units are declining, Sony saw a small uptick in monthly active users in the console in December 2025. Remember, they see you over there. They see more people came in. They say, yo, let's rob them. All right, so the revenue from the PlayStation 5 Plus, Sony's gaming subscription service that reached a record high last quarter, Lin said Sony intends to keep negotiating with suppliers to keep costs down on the hardware front, but the trajectory of those negotiations is hard to predict. In the short term, Sony needs to find a way to keep making money. Given that the stage of our console cycle, our hardware sales strategies can be adjusted flexibly. We intend to minimize the impact and increase the memory costs on the segments going forward to prioritize the monetization of the install base to date. I want you to hear that, okay? They're on this segment going forward by prioritizing monetization of the install base to date. That means the people that we already got, we gotta get them again. Get the ski mask, get the heat, the jukes is up. So when PlayStation is running around with Pooh Shiesties on, in other words, Sony is seriously considering price hikes for PlayStation 5 services like PlayStation Plus, which is bootleg garbage. The potential surge comes from the heels of last year's price increase of the PlayStation hardware. They already ripped you off on the hardware, so the hardware is declining. So they're going in on the juggler. They already got the stupid idiots all rounded up. It's like, what, shooting pigs in a barrel? All right, the only thing that might retain their current pricing is PlayStation accessories like the DualSense controller that nobody is programming for. But it's like those things that are cheap to begin with, right? So it remains to be seen how much Sony might raise the prices. But I'm going to get into where they're getting that offset at, right? So let's boom that. Let's bring that. Here we go. Sony players may face the increased costs on various services and purchases in the near future. This is brought to you by Tech SK. The king does his work, the other work that other dudes that don't do, that they try to tell you that I'm giving you misinformation. Boy, They're giving you misinformation. They don't want you to see the real, because if you see the real, you're not going back to them for real. That's exactly what that means. So PlayStation 5 players may see an increased cost on various services and purchases in the future. The gaming technology industry is suffering from the RAM shortage in 2026. This impacts various companies, including Sony. In the recent earnings call, Sony CFO Lin Tao revealed that they currently have enough money in memory in stock to see through the next holiday. So they got enough money for the consoles, but what they want to do is still get more money from you. PlayStation 5 player base is set to be impacted, but not in the way that they expect. Due to the memory shortage in the tech industry, many companies have had to adjust their revenue system. Sony is no different, considering that Lin Tao's recent statement. Now, Sony, for their new strategy, is not going to directly increase the price of the console. Instead, they will increase software prices, especially the ones being paid by existing players of the PlayStation 5. Therefore, these players and newer games may be more expensive. DLC prices may rise in the future, and it's also possible that PlayStation 5 Plus subscription may be adjusted in some way to improve revenue. Furthermore, they're going to continue to beat you over the head and get to your wallet. Why? Because you buy your games. You are a game buyer. Now, remember when they said that they're going to raise the price of DLC? Let me show you the difference between Xbox and you. Let me tell you right now. This is how I bring it full circle to let you guys know. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now how Xbox is the best place to play, because who brought that Doom last year? You brought that Doom last year? Well, they got a DLC that's on the way. Hey, guess what? Deals. Doom the Dark Ages Premium Upgrade DLC has an incredible Xbox offer right now. What are you talking about? They're dropping the price on DLC that didn't come out yet? They're giving you a bargain before the thing gets out the door, where PlayStation's talking about giving you DLC and raising it for more? Are they trying to get you down on the floor? Pushices are galore. They're out here looking for more. Stick them up. Hey, I just want to tell you, Xbox over here, we're treating you a little bit different. See, if you're into living high on a hog and not being a pig in a barrel, well, I'm just going to tell you. Xbox got you, baby. See, Doom the Dark Ages is still in development. Campaign DLC hasn't even been revealed by Bethesda yet, but you can pre-purchase it at a pretty huge discount on the Xbox Store right now. Yep, over at the Microsoft Store, you can get 7 days earlier. So the Doom the Dark Ages Premium upgrade is 67% off. That brings that down to $11.54, all the way down from $34.99. If that ain't telling you right now exactly who treats you the best, then I'm going to tell you to say it with your chest. Xbox does it the best. If you didn't learn from this stream right now today that I am the unmitigated champ of this, that this is the threat that they was worrying about when I go live, when I come up into this space, this is what they was worrying about. Well, here it is. Every day, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the king will go for an hour to knock you out. It's the hour of power, with King bringing you that energy, that what you need. I'm going to tell you to do what I try to do, what I always want to do. I want you to go where game is games and win is win. I want you to try to play the Game Pass. But before you go play the Game Pass, before you go play High on Life 2, before you go play Kingdom Comes Deliverance 2, before you go over there and play Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound, before you do all that wonderful stuff that's over there, because Game Pass is the best service in the land, I want you to listen to the greatest intro ever made. But remember, Fight Night Fridays, I got a new intro for you. But get to it.
What's a man to a king? What's to the saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game, but you what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox. Spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talking, no riddling. Moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash making a portrait. Gun kick back, knock grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man to a king? What's to the saying?
Hold on. Machine XP with the $5 super chat. If you Google PlayStation Forum, Xbox Game Pass, AI mentioned the users often debate Game Pass and how express jealousy. Thank you, Machine XP. I salute you, soldier. And you know I ain't gonna disrespect your super chat. I'm gonna jump right back in. Let's get back to that intro. You heard me, though.
What's a man or a king? What's to the saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game, but you what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox. Spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talking, no riddling. Moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, knock grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? What's to the saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game, but you what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from.
Yeah, I did come back for a super chat. Why wouldn't I come back for the super chat? The man paid $5 and he wanted his super chat read and heard. Why wouldn't I come back for the super chat? I came back for your stupid lame ass comment.
What's a man or a king? What's to the saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game, but you what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox. Spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talking, no riddling. Moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, knock grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? What's to the saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game, but you what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what